Imagine a crack running across a plate, a stain on a beloved couch, or a wrinkle slowly forming on a familiar face. In a world that often prizes perfection, such things are seen as flaws, imperfections to be concealed, replaced, or repaired. We are conditioned to seek what is new, flawless, and seemingly permanent. Our society chases after ideals, symmetry, youth, timelessness, and flawlessness, often driven by the Western tradition's desire for control and certainty in a chaotic world. But these ideals require constant attention and nourishment. They are like a fire that always threatens to burn out both collectively as a culture and personally in our lives. Many people today have lost faith in the idea that anything can truly satisfy our longing for perfection or permanence. Some are burned out by the relentless pursuit of these ideals, feeling engulfed by the fire of endless desire. For those struggling with the impossibility of attaining such ideals, the Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi offers an enlightening perspective that may bring comfort, clarity, and peace. Wabi-sabi, a concept born from the influence of Zen Buddhism in Japan, finds beauty in the imperfect, the impermanent, and the incomplete. Rather than resisting the natural cycles of life growth, decay, renewal, wabi-sabi teaches us to see the charm in what is aged, worn, or slightly off-kilter. It suggests that there is virtue in the unrefined, beauty in the unfinished, and peace in accepting things as they are. Chapter 1. The Origins and Principles of Wabi-sabi. The roots of wabi-sabi trace back to the 12th century when a Zen Buddhist monk named Nonin introduced the first independent Zen school to Japan. Central to Buddhism is the recognition that suffering is an unavoidable part of human existence, often arising from the tension between what we desire, like permanence, perfection, and certainty, and the true nature of reality, which is ever-changing. The world is in a constant state of flux, marked by change, transience, and imperfection. As Zen Buddhism spread throughout Japan, these ideas began to evolve into a distinctive cultural philosophy that accepted and even celebrated life's inherent imperfections. By the 15th century, two Japanese terms, wabi and sabi, came together to form a unified worldview. Although difficult to translate directly into English, wabi-sabi embraces a perspective where beauty is discovered in the ephemeral and incomplete. It values simplicity, asymmetry, and the patina of age. Rather than clinging to ideals of perfection, wabi-sabi finds contentment in the reality of what is a cracked vase, a weathered piece of wood, or the faded color of a kimono. Chapter 2. The Aesthetics of Wabi-sabi. Aesthetically, wabi-sabi values what is visually modest, incomplete, or naturally flawed. It appreciates what is worn, asymmetrical, or minimalistic. The focus is not on creating a pristine product, but rather on valuing the process of creation itself, understanding that every stage of wear and every flaw carries its own unique story. Consider raku pottery, a style often associated with the wabi-sabi aesthetic. This pottery is shaped by hand, fired at low temperatures, and cooled in the open air, leading to unique, irregular forms and textures that celebrate simplicity and naturalness. Similarly, the art of kintsugi, the practice of repairing broken pottery with gold, silver, or platinum, transforms cracks into prominent, beautiful features, highlighting the history and resilience of the piece rather than disguising its imperfections. These artistic practices encourage us to see the value in what is broken, incomplete, or aged. They remind us that beauty can be found in the ordinary, in the mundane, in the things that are often overlooked or discarded. Wabi-sabi sees these imperfections not as defects, but as marks of experience, wear, and authenticity. Chapter 3. Wabi-sabi in Everyday Life. Beyond the realm of aesthetics, wabi-sabi is a way of living. It encourages us to slow down, live simply, and find peace in the temporary nature of all things. It is about embracing what is flawed and incomplete in nature, in life, and in ourselves. The Japanese tea ceremony is a perfect example of this philosophy and practice. Originally an opulent display of wealth, with luxurious ceramics and grand settings, it was reimagined in the 15th century by Zen monk Murata Shuko based on wabi-sabi principles. The ceremony became a humble, meditative practice, conducted with simple earthenware, often using raku or kintsugi techniques, and performed under the light of a partial moon or a cloudy night sky. The focus shifted from grandeur to the beauty of simplicity and imperfection. Wabi-sabi offers a profound shift in perspective. It teaches us to find contentment in what is, rather than constantly yearning for what could be. This mindset can help us to appreciate the small, often overlooked details of our lives, the chipped mug we use every morning, the fading paint on our front door, or the creases around our eyes that deepen with each smile. These imperfections are not failures. They are signs of life, experience, and resilience. Chapter 4. A Philosophy for Modern Times. In a world that often feels fast-paced, hyper-connected, and demanding, the philosophy of wabi-sabi offers a gentle reminder to slow down and appreciate the beauty that exists all around us. It challenges the constant pursuit of newness and perfection, suggesting instead that we find fulfillment in what is real, flawed, and fleeting. This perspective is especially valuable in our modern age, where we are often bombarded with images of perfection on social media, advertisements, and television. Wabi-sabi encourages us to pause and reconsider our definition of beauty and success. It asks us to find value in the everyday and the imperfect. It reminds us that nothing lasts, nothing is ever truly finished, and nothing is perfect. This recognition can lead to a more grounded, peaceful way of living, where we are less consumed by the pressure to achieve and more content with the process of simply being. Chapter 5. A Path to Inner Peace and Acceptance. Ultimately, wabi-sabi is about accepting the natural course of life. It teaches us that everything we create will eventually fail, decay, or disappear, and that everything we cherish will someday return to dust. But in accepting this reality, we can find a deeper sense of peace. We learn to cherish what we have while we have it without clinging to the illusion of permanence. This philosophy invites us to embrace a more compassionate view of ourselves and others. Instead of seeing imperfections as things to be hidden or fixed, we can start to see them as opportunities for growth, understanding, and connection. Wabi-sabi teaches us that every wrinkle, every crack, and every scar tells a story of resilience, endurance, and beauty in its own right. Chapter 6. A Universal Relevance. While wabi-sabi is deeply rooted in Japanese history and culture, its principles are universally relevant. It speaks to the human experience of dealing with loss, change, and the passing of time. Everything we know, everything we love, and everything we rely on will inevitably transform, decay, or fade away. This is the reality we must all contend with. Instead of fighting against it, wabi-sabi offers a way to embrace it, to find beauty in every crack, every wrinkle, and every moment of imperfection. In the words of David Foster Wallace, if you really learn how to pay attention, you will see that there are options to experience a situation as not only meaningful, but sacred. Wabi-sabi offers a lens through which to see the world more clearly, to find the sacred in the ordinary, and to discover that beauty is everywhere, if only we choose to see it. Though wabi-sabi may not appeal to everyone, and even for those who find its ideas compelling, fully embracing imperfection and impermanence may feel impossible. Yet, perhaps in our imperfect attempts to do so, we are, in a sense, embodying wabi-sabi perfectly. Life is, in many ways, an unfinished symphony. It is filled with moments that are raw, unpolished, and incomplete moments that do not always conform to our expectations of how things should be. But it is precisely within these unfinished moments that the essence of wabi-sabi resides. To embrace wabi-sabi is to appreciate the beauty in the unfinished, to find value in the imperfect, and to celebrate the journey over the destination. As we navigate our lives, may we learn to soften our gaze, to see beyond the surface, and to find peace in the flaws that make us human. Let us not be consumed by the quest for perfection, but rather, let us find solace in the reality of what is. In doing so, we might discover that life's true beauty lies not in the polished, but in the patina, the marks, the scars, and the signs of a life fully lived. Wabi-sabi invites us to live with grace, to see the poetry in everyday existence, and to recognize that the greatest beauty often emerges from our willingness to accept things just as they are. So the next time you notice a crack, a wrinkle, or a sign of wear, remember, it is not a flaw. It is a testament to life itself, a reminder of the beauty found in the imperfect, the transient, and the unfinished. That's all in this video, soldiers. If you find the video helpful, subscribe to the channel.